Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, hello, how are you? My name is Gina, and in today's video, it is going to be a houseplant tour, or as I like to say, a plant house tour. Plant house because it is a house of plants. Not just a house plant, but a house of plants. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take you all around my house. Like for instance, right now we are located in my living room, the front room of my house. Right back here behind me is the dining room. And so I have plants in many rooms in my house. So we're gonna be in here looking at plants. We're gonna be in there looking at plants. We're gonna be in the kitchen area and the family room and my office. We have a lot of plants to look at. Oh, and also my bedroom. More plants in the bedroom. So yeah, we have a lot to do. I'm gonna try not to talk too much because I have a bad habit of talking too much during these videos, so I'm going to try and make it more fast-paced, but not too fast that you can't get a good look at these plants. So, and then also I just wanted to give you some background. If you are new here, you don't know, I wanted to let you know like my growing, like where this is, all this is growing. So I am located in the United States, in the state of Colorado, and it is very dry here. Ambient room conditions are typically, gosh, 30%, maybe less. We do have a whole house humidifier, which really helps in the wintertime. In the summertime, we don't run it, don't really need to run it. In the wintertime, definitely we need to run it. Yeah, so northern Colorado, and we get really hot in the summer and really dry. And I think our grow zone is 5B, which really that only matters for stuff outside. And I am also an outdoor gardener, which if you stick around, you will see my outdoor gardening, outdoor gardens. And yeah, I'm really excited about that stuff too. I've been doing a lot this year. We did a lot like 3 years ago, and stuff is just like really taking off now, but I am doing even more. I've been doing even more, so yeah, okay, I'm getting sidetracked. Yeah, so I guess that covers that. Oh, our house, the front of the house faces west, northwest. We're more west than north, so I call it west, northwest. And the back of the house faces east, southeast. So it's a little confusing to me because I've always lived in houses that face like exactly north or east, never south. I've never had a south-facing house. I do enjoy an east-facing house, as long as I have good windows on the south side of the house, which I didn't have when we lived in Southern California. But yeah, so anyway, the lighting in this house is like spectacular. It just works out. Like this window, there is a window right here, and this faces south. What would it be? More like west. I don't know, like southwest, but it's like, I think it's equally southwest. Like, yeah, I'm not sure if it's like more south or more west facing, but it gets really good light. So this is where I keep all my like cacti and succulents, and it just really brightens the room. We do have, let me show you. The house is like an open concept type house. So see how open? We have what you call cathedral ceilings, and we have this weird little structure here in our dining room, which I believe is considered like a mezzanine, I think it's called. So anyway, so it's a very open concept here, even though there are like the kitchen is separated. You can't see the kitchen from the front room of the house, but it is just very open. So, and the ceilings are all white and the walls are all white, and it just gets really nice and bright, and the plants love it. My plants love it, so they grow super well. So it is summer. It's August now. It's getting near the end of summer. Things have been growing beautifully all summer long. They are like this is peak growth right now for my plants. So I thought this would be the perfect time to take you around to look at all the plants. So again, I'm gonna try not to talk too much, and we're gonna look at the plants, and I think we're gonna start in this room. Okay, so I wanna give you an overview of what this room looks like. So this is the front room, this is the living room, and there are quite a few plants in this room. So we're gonna start right over here. We kind of always start over here, I think. So this here is a Dracaena. I picked this up at an estate sale, and I'm not sure I'm liking how it is growing. So you can see it is stretching. See how it is stretching? It is stretching for the windows, stretching for the light. So I think I do need to move this one somewhere else. It does need to maybe closer to the windows. I don't know. But I love the plant. I really enjoy this plant. But yeah, I just think it needs another location where it's not going to stretch so much. Or else maybe hanging a light. I could always hang a light right above it, and maybe it will stop stretching. I'm not sure. You hear that crow? I love crows. They don't normally come here. Oh, I'm tempted to go look and see what's going on. Okay, so this is the Dracaena. Is it like marginata, maybe? It might be like a marginata, not sure. This here is a beautiful Scindapsus Silver Queen. This was gifted to me. Oh my gosh, there are so many. Okay, I gotta go look. Right there, you see him? He's on the roof of my neighbor's house. Yeah, I love my birds. If you stick around, you will know that. You will learn that. I wonder if he's gonna come in closer. They don't normally come around here, so that's why this is just kind of exciting for me. Occasionally they do, but not often. Okay, let's go back. All right, so back where we were, Scindapsus Silver Queen. This was gifted to me from Tina, who I met here right on my channel. It is a beautiful, just gorgeous. Scindapsus are gorgeous plants, just stunning. And it is growing pretty wildly, so I just picked it up. So we have this. This is a big, long vine here that was like trailing all across it. It was all the way over here. So I kind of wound it around here just to keep it contained so, you know, I can vacuum without sucking up the vines of this one. But yeah, it is putting out some runners, and over here as well. Runners over here, but beautiful plant. Up here is a elephant bush, which I love the growth pattern on this one. It's just so cute. It has like these little tufts on the ends, and then one little tuft here, and another one's popped out over here, and it's just super cute. And then this is my pickle plant, which is finally, you know, it did this. Okay, it started as this, and then it grew this little point here, and now it comes up here. But then if you look over here, finally, I'm getting a little new growth point, which is pretty cool. I really need to repot that one. I just haven't done it. Actually, I have repotted it. I gave it this new little pot here. But what I mean is I probably need to like really upsize the pot to really get it to grow. So here is a beautiful Dischidia russifolia. This is the variegated version. It is quite long, keeps going. Very long plant, very beautiful. Does great in ambient conditions, has no issues in ambient, and yeah. Over here, one of my very favorite plants, which I never really talk about much. So this here is my burro's tail. This is a succulent, kind of a delicate one. If it's underwatered, it will, just like when you just touch it, it will drop. It'll drop these little leaves here. But if you keep it watered, I water it once a week. It's it's not as fragile. It won't be as fragile. It's a beautiful, gorgeous plant. Look at I love the variation in colors. So you have this lighter green here and this more bluish green here. It's just really pretty. Love it. This here is cat grass for Nora, my cat. That's what she eats. It kind of keeps her away from the next plant we're looking at, which is a ponytail palm. You can see where she has chomped on it a little bit and it has dried and died off. This plant has been in this plant hanger. It's kind of an unconventional way to display the ponytail palm, but I love it. I made the plant hanger for it, and it likes this location, this west-northwest window, and it's doing really well. It has split. There's like multiple growth points here. I think there's like 4, at least 4. Yeah, I think there's 4. And then the next one we're looking at, this is the Hoya carrii, which is the heart-shaped leaf. Bunch of hearts, full of hearts. This plant absolutely loves this location. Every year it gives me these giant runners. And this is all new this summer. This is brand new growth right here. All these new leaves and new peduncles. This one flowers like crazy. It is not currently flowering. It is not flowering time. And I do chop the flowers. I don't chop off the peduncles, but I just chop off the actual blooms because it is a super messy bloomer. You see this? This is the sap that has come off of the blooms. It just gets really messy and sticky, so that's why I tend to cut them off. And then moving over here, we'll start up here. So this is the first of many neon pothos that you're going to see in my collection. I love the neon pothos. It is my favorite, probably my favorite, one of my favorite types of pothos. I just love, I love the green color. It's just stunning, beautiful. And that's why I have multiples of that plant. Here we have, this is Philodendron tortum. I recently chopped this one because it was like the vine was, or the stem, not the stem, what do you call it? I guess stem, the petiole, the structure was coming out this way and kind of covering up this plant. So I chopped it right here, and it has given me 2 new growth points. So we have this new growth point here with this leaf trying to come out here. And then we have a second new growth point here. And there's another leaf trying to open here. It's got the sticky stuff, which that's one of the things I'm not crazy about with philodendrons is they get that sticky stuff. I don't like that. I don't like sticky stuff. Obviously, I chopped the flowers here on this plant because I don't like the sticky stuff. Okay, this is an Aglaonema. This is called Siam Pink. Can't believe I remembered. Probably because I talked about this plant recently. But this is the only Aglaonema in my collection. I've had others, but I downsized and I did get rid of them, but I could not get rid of this beauty right here. So this one had also, kind of like the tortum, it had like giant arms coming out, which I propagated, cut them, and they are growing in my grow tent, which eventually, hopefully, I'll have them in my shop for you guys. But I just absolutely adore the color on this one. The pink and the green is just to die for. Not really, not literally, but I love it. Beautiful. Aglaonema Siam Pink. And here we have a beautiful, I love a black plant. This is the ZZ plant. This is the Raven ZZ plant. I love a ZZ plant. I will always have a ZZ plant. I just think they're so dramatic. I think it would look better probably with just a white background. where it doesn't get lost in the pattern of the wallpaper here. But yeah, it's gonna stay here. It's fine. So that's that collection there. And now we're gonna look at my collection, more Scindapsus here. All right, so let's see if I can remember all the names. Okay, so up here, this one, this is the Scindapsus Jade Satin Variegated. I think it's also called Aria because it has these beautiful, the variegation is yellow. When I purchased it, it was just called Scindapsus Jade Satin Variegated. It didn't say anything about Aria, but look at this leaf. Stunning, absolutely stunning. I was worried at first when I set these guys up here that there wouldn't be enough light for them because, okay, let me step back so you can see the distance they are from the window. So they aren't all that close. So just know that Scindapsus do not need super bright light to flourish, to grow crazy. I chop these guys all the time because they just outgrow the space. And even this variegated one is not losing the variegation. Sometimes if they're not getting enough light, they will start losing variegation, but not this one. It's doing great, beautiful. And then next to it is this gorgeous Silver Lady, Scindapsus Silver Lady. Love the shape of her leaves. They're just they're a little more narrow shapes. Like the pattern is similar to the one we looked at over here, the Queen, what is it called? I always forget, sorry. We're gonna look because it will bother me. Silver Queen. Okay, similar patterning. Sorry if it's too quick for you. Kind of similar, but the shape of the leaf is different. You can see. Kind of like almost like a crescent shape. Gorgeous plant. Look at this newer leaf here. Wow, look at that shimmer. Beautiful. Okay, so here, this is the Silver Splash. This one, the leaf shape is more like the last one, the other one, not this one, the one back that way. But it's different. You can see it's a different kind of pattern to it, and I think it's just beautiful. Love it. This here is the Silvery Ann. And you know Silvery Ann because at the bottom tip of the leaf, it looks like it was dipped into silver. See that? Not every leaf has it. Eventually, they will get it. Most likely, here's a new leaf that has it. The silver. You can see it's a new leaf because it's a much lighter shade of green than the others. But yeah, beautiful, gorgeous plant. And then here, let's see, hidden. Was there one back here? No, it's up at the top. I thought there was another one hidden back there. This here is another Jade Satin, but this is not variegated. And the leaves are almost black, and they are just absolutely stunning. I had to chop this one. It got huge and I had to chop it, and it didn't grow for the longest time, but this summer it gave me a new vine. Finally. So beautiful. And then back here, this is the Scindapsus argyrius. Very kind of similar to the Silvery Ann, however, no silver at the tips. Like it doesn't look like it was dipped in silver paint. And also I think the leaf shape, no, the leaf shape's about the same. Leaf shape is about the same. And then at the very top, I gotta get up here. Oh, this here is gorgeous. This is the, oh, I knew what it was. Let me look at the tag. Silver Cloud. Scindapsus Silver Cloud. Gorgeous plant. Not a super fast grower. Probably, maybe this is one that would do better if I moved it. Oh, actually there is a vine back here. I did not know. Let's see. Oh, back here. Okay. It is growing. You see it right there? That is the plant. It is growing. It is giving me growth this summer. So that's cool. I don't think I've ever propagated this plant. Look at that. Look at this. I just love Scindapsus. Some of the most beautiful leaves of any plants. All right, so that is the Scindapsus collection. I have other Scindapsus, but the collection here in this room. And now we're going to, oh wait, we have one more. Let's not forget. This here is a Syngonium. This is Syngonium Starlight. Gorgeous plant. Does really well in this location. Again, not that close to the windows. I do need to turn it every week. I flip it so it doesn't like start leaning in any one direction. It moves, it starts leaning like really fast. So yeah, anyway, it does really well in this. I would say it does pretty well in ambient for me. I do get a little crispiness here and there, but overall, I think it does pretty well. Syngonium Starlight. Okay, now we're gonna go check out plants in this room. Okay, so we will start right here. This here is a lipstick plant. This is the Black Pagoda lipstick plant. Let me just show you how long this plant is. It has grown tremendously this summer. Lots of new leaves on this one. This is all new growth here and here and here, and I love the color of these leaves. Like the underside is gorgeous. It's just, well, you can see. This is the top, and that is the bottom. Stunning plant. And this one, if you have been around, you know this one actually gave me a seed pod. I guess it flowered. I don't know if it's just like a seed pod or if it's considered a flower. No. This one does flower. They're two separate, completely separate things. So I'll put a picture here what the flower looks like, and then I'm going to show you what the seed pod looks like. And I did gather a bunch of the seeds. I haven't done anything with them yet still, but I do plan to at some point try and grow a new plant from those seeds. But look how big this one is. Again, not that close to windows. That's the closest window there. And that's how far it is from here. Does great, doesn't need super high light. Over here is another Syngonium. This is the Syngonium Mojito. Is it Mojito? Yeah, pretty sure it's Mojito. Lovely coloration on this one. They can get like even more, just like this patterning can be even more distinct, but yeah. And then here we have the, gosh, this is Syngonium also. This is the, I think it's Wenlandii, pretty sure, but it also has these really deep, beautiful, dark leaves with this beautiful, I'm going to say beautiful a lot, so get used to it. Silver stripe, almost like a greenish silver stripe down the center of the leaves. Really beautiful plant. Kind of new to this location. Both of these guys are new to this location. Yeah, because I redid my pink trellis and I needed somewhere to put them, so I picked this up at a garage sale, this plant stand, and right now it is also holding some planters I painted. This here is okay, drawing a blank. It's a snake plant. Is it? Well, it's the moon something. Oh, the name here is up here on the screen. But this is my favorite. Oh, Sansevieria. I think it's Sansevieria. Moonlight, maybe? possibly my favorite. I love it. I have a couple of these because I just love it so much. All right, so over here, oh, let's do this first. This here is Hoya obovata, and this plant has been with me for a very, very long time. It is very full, and you can see some new growth back here. It does like to, again, here, similar to the Hoya carrii, I do have to chop it every year, and then I save those propagations. If they have leaves, I save the leaves and grow them in my grow tent for my plant shop. And this one, I don't have to cut the flowers on this one. This one does flower a lot, but it is not sticky like the carrii, which is nice. So that's Hoya obovata, beautiful round leaves on this plant. All right, so here, I told you this is a west-southwest facing window, or southwest, it's southwest, it's southwest. This direction here is south, and then this way is west, so southwest, it is southwest. This is where I keep a lot of my cacti and succulents, and I just recently did a whole video showing each and every single one of these plants. Told you all the names. So I'm not going to go through every single one of these again because that would just take forever. I will point out a few. I do love this silver dollar, or the silver dollar vine, or yeah, the name's on the screen. I do enjoy this one a lot. And of course the variegated bear paws, love this plant. And yeah, I'm not gonna, I love all of these, so I'm just gonna stop there. You can see I haven't potted this one up yet. I still need to pot that one up. But go to that video if you want to see like every single one of these and the names of every single one of these. We'll just kind of look through. I'm not going to put the names up on the screen because that would just take a lot of time. I will say this is a fairy castle cactus, one of my favorites. Beautiful plant. So we'll just kind of look and admire them. I think those two or these guys are really cute. And then over here, cutie little elf. I was collecting these. I'm a collector, and I was collecting these little pixies. Yeah, I have a few of those. All right. If you have a question about what any of these are, you can ask me in the comments. But again, if you go to that one video, you will get the names for every single one of them. Okay, so up here, this here, we will talk about this one individually. This one here is a monkey tail cactus. I love this plant. Doing really great in this window. Stunning little plant, monkey tail. And then here we have the Hoya Crimson Queen. She is a queen because she has her variegation on the outside of the leaves, as you can see. And she is a queen also because she is currently blooming. What a lovely bloom. Stunning. And also right here. Right there. So she has currently 2 blooms. Look at these beautiful leaves right here. And those blooms sticking out. What a lovely little cluster right here. All right, I think she only has those 2 blooms, but here you can get a good look at how big this plant is. It is trailing up here, and there is a vine also going back that direction that I need to chop. But that That is her. That is she. Hoya Crimson Queen. Okay, so over on this wall is my entire Ripsalis collection, which again, these guys, I talked about every single one of these guys in the same video with the cacti. So if you want to learn the names of every single one of these, be sure to check out that video. I will point out a few of them. This is the Ripsalis paradoxa, and it is very long and trailing. It is nearly to the floor, but I just love the way it looks hanging like that. I like that look. I like the wild craziness of this genus. You can see it's just crazy. It grows crazy, but I love that, absolutely love it. Another one of my little pixie collectibles. Yeah. This one here, love this one, has grown a ton. I mean, absolutely explosive growth this summer. Beautiful. We'll just kind of look. I'm not going to put the names on the screen, but you can, if you have a question, you can put it in the comments, and I will try to figure out which one you're talking about, or you can just go to that video, that recent video. Okay, here, another philodendron. This here is the philodendron. It's a pink princess, but this is the black cherry. So it's like a special variety of pink princess. I used to have the other pink princess, but I ended up purging it when I did a little plant purge recently. This plant is pretty huge. It does grow kind of crazy, so we have, kind of comes up and comes this way. It is a crazy grower. It is happy in this location. So yeah, beautiful leaves. Kind of almost black. It's kind of like black and pink. Not a whole lot of, definitely different from your standard pink princess. That's black cherry. Okay, here we have a whole cabinet filled with entirely African violets. And I'll just give you an outside view real quick, and then we'll go in real quick. I'm not gonna talk about every single one of these. I'll just point out some highlights. Well, here you can see this one's starting to bloom. That one, let's see what the name, it's a Harmonies Ice Maiden. So it's kind of a bluish coloration there. I did bring some crystals into this cabinet also. I think they look good with the African violets. This here is, I believe the name of it is Pink Salmon. I think it's Pink Salmon. This one is like, it blooms constantly, like constant blooming, continuous blooming. And it also is very thirsty. It goes through lots of water, but it is quite happy in the cabinet here. Let's see, what else? Nothing blooming here. We do have this one that has started blooming. That's really pretty. Let's turn it. It's getting lots of blooms. Look at this. I'm not sure what the name of this one is. I will put it on the screen if I figure it out. And then this one is a miniature. Hunter's Primal Scream. And it's starting to bloom again. Tiny little blooms. Really cute. I do enjoy African violets. Even though they are challenging for me, I do enjoy them quite a bit. Okay, now that's all we're going to talk about here. We are going to head this direction. So this is my kitchen area. It's kind of a disaster right now. Derek has been baking bread all morning. These are his loaves and his, yeah. These two are sourdough. And this one is, it's like a sandwich bread. I'm not sure what kind it is, but it is a sandwich bread. So He loves to bake our bread, and we are lucky for that. He makes the best bread. Okay, so, all right, let's go. Let me turn you this way here. Okay, so there are no plants in the kitchen. I will say at one point there was a plant up here, and I know that the previous owner had one up there because there's like water damage up there. Obviously they let it leak, and it's like kind of a disaster up there. You like my rooster? I just got him at the thrift store along with this super cute strawberry print towel. I do thrifting videos, so if you enjoy thrifting videos for planty things, these aren't planty things, obviously, not planty things, but if you enjoy videos where I take you along thrifting with me, you should definitely follow along. You should subscribe to my channel. Okay, so no plants in this part of the room, but I just wanted to, wanted you to see so you get a good look of the house here. Okay. Quite a few plants in this area right here. All right, so I guess we'll start on this end of the room. So here is an aloe vera. I've had this plant for forever, since we moved to Colorado, probably 2020. I picked that one up. And then there's another one, which is a different type of aloe here, which has never really grown much. Now I got this one in 2020. It was a freebie gift with something else I purchased, and I just kind of stuck it in there, and it's like never really done great. So I probably need to separate these guys, but you know what? I don't need 2 aloe vera plants, so even if that little one doesn't survive, that's okay. All right, so here we have, gosh, it's lots of backlighting here. This is Mandula pothos here, and once again, she has grown a ton this summer. Beautiful leaves. Love that patterning on this one. So I will be chopping this one. It's like an annual thing at the end of the summer. I chop all this off and I propagate it. I save those. And like here, see, we're gonna talk more about these here, but these are babies from that plant up there from last year. I still have like 3 or 4 left here, and I do sell them in my shop. In fact, there may even be one in my shop this weekend, if it's still available. I did want to show you something interesting here. Right here, this popped out. This is a snow queen. So I guess I did not put this here. It just did this by itself. So the Mandula can revert to a snow queen, which I think is fascinating. So fascinating. So I guess that is how you get your different, yeah. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but it's a brand new plant. Like, if this wasn't yet discovered, I could be a millionaire. No, not really, but yeah. It's just kind of interesting how a snow queen has popped out of a Mandula plant. Or maybe the Mandula originally came from the snow queen. Who knows? Who knows? Seriously, who knows? Tell me. All right, here is a Hoya Chelsea. She has grown a lot also. See all these vines she has put out, doing great. This here is Hoya carnosa compacta. I need to move this chair. This one blooms a ton, and here it's going to be blooming here again. Yeah, it's been blooming all summer. Here's some old blooms here, and it does great in this window. Very beautiful plant. All right, let's go back behind here. Oh, since we're right here, let's talk about this My only orchid in my collection. This is a Phalaenopsis. It is a white one, and I probably need to chop this. Now, I had read that it could bloom again from the spike. Obviously, it's not going to, so I do probably need to remove that. But my only orchid in my collection. And here, okay, we have this entire shelf filled with plants here. So I'm going to get up here. So this here is a Philodendron Florida Ghost. Doing pretty well up here. Putting out a new leaf right there. Beautiful plant. Here is a Snow Queen, just like that other one. But this one actually I purchased as a Snow Queen. So there's that one. Pretty plant, growing crazy. This is a Philodendron Heartleaf. This is the variegated Heartleaf. I think I have more. No, maybe this is the only one. But it can put out some really pretty variegation. See that? Really pretty. It's kind of crowded in this area, so look at this leaf. Pretty. Oh, look at this. Here we go. This is a really good stem right here. Vine. Look at these. Many beautiful variegated ones on these. Sometimes they'll give you more variegation than others, some vines, but anyway. Here we have a asparagus fern. Isn't that, I think that's what it's called, asparagus fern. It's growing pretty big. I need to up pot this one. It is still in a 4-inch pot, and it could stand to be put into a bigger pot. And yeah, that is everything on the top shelf. And let's move down to the next shelf. So right here, this is a red spot tricolor Syngonium. Look at that. Look at that leaf. Oh my goodness. All those leaves. I need to up pot this one too. It is just in this, look at these roots. Just in this little 3-inch planter. But yeah, it could stand to be up potted. That one, red spot tricolor. And then this here is the pink rolly, which this is the better side here because I think it's headed towards the glow of the grow lights off of the wall there. There's a dead leaf, but stunning, beautiful Syngonium. Look at this, beautiful one. Pink rolly. And then here we have some scented geraniums, which are kind of new. Oh, look. Oh, look, look, look. It is blooming. Look how cute. So sweet. It bloomed for us today. So this here is a nutmeg, and they smell wonderful. Nutmeg, scented geranium. This one here is apricot. And this one's also going to bloom. You see some blooms right. They're going to open there. Not yet, but they will. And then I just got this one yesterday. And this is cinnamon. I have to smell it. Yeah, doesn't smell like cinnamon, but it does smell good. And then back here, way back here in this corner, hard to see, but this is a multiflora, Philopia multiflora variegated plant. Crazy growing vining plant. It is my only plant. Let me move this, see if I can kind of move this out of the way. My only plant in pond, semi-hydro, at least upstairs. I have a couple in the grow tent, but doing wonderfully. Look at this leaf right here. All right, so that is that shelf. Next shelf, more Syngoniums down here. So we have some strawberry ice Syngonium. A few little propagations of this one. Look at that leaf, really pretty. And then back here, this is the pink spot Syngonium. Just getting big. Oh, and look, Philopia Falopia, what are you doing? You see that? I told you it's a crazy grower. Well, you can see what it's doing here. And then here is Syngonium panda. Beautiful. Love the patterning on this one. And then we have a green splash Syngonium here. Kind of, it's a smaller plant. And then I have a few propagations of the black velvet, the halo micans. And then this is Epipremnum pinnatum elbow. Look at this, how pretty. Look at that, gorgeous. These are in my pile for selling. However, I do have one I saved for myself that you'll see in my office. But this one's looking pretty good. Maybe I'll swap it. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, down here we have Syngonium batique. Pretty. Lovely patterning on the leaves. And back here, it's hard to see. I know it's hard to see. Look at this leaf. This is Pink Splash Illusion Syngonium. We have a Silver Sword Philodendron. And we have some Cebu Blue Pothos. Couple of those, and then we have the Mandula Pothos babies I told you about. Look how pretty. We got 3 of those left. I'm kind of tempted to keep another one for myself. I probably will, just to have a backup. Because the mother plant, that's everything on this shelving unit, by the way. But I've had this mother plant for years, and she's looking a little tired, I think. She looks tired to me. So I may end up propagating her like really heavily and just replacing her with a new one, a new baby. Okay, so in this, I made this. In this hanging planter thing here, we have, this is micans. This is your standard Philodendron micans. It is, you know, to the floor. And then, oh yeah, I do have another Philodendron heartleaf variegated, which is what this one is. Pretty leaf there. And then over here, this is an no ID succulent that I've had forever, and it's starting to give me quite a bit of new growth because I've started watering it every week. And it definitely needed more water. So now I've got all this little growth here and here. It used to be just like a little bit like down here at the bottom, but it's really taken off. It needs cleaned up, but I enjoy, again, kind of a wacky growth. And then over here we have Nora eating, but here this is the pink flecked, Syngonium pink flecked. I almost forgot to show you this one. And that one's, you know, it's a pretty aggressive grower as well. So, all right, so that is all the plants in the kitchen area. And now we're gonna head over to the plants in this room. And no plants like on this side, but everything here close to the windows. So actually we're gonna start right over here. So this is Philodendron. This is the silver stripe Philodendron. It's a heartleaf variety, silver stripe. And then this one up here is the Rio, Philodendron Rio, which I just propagated all of these plants. Here's another beautiful leaf of the Rio and another one here. So I just chopped these guys, all 3 of these. I made some propagations out of them. And then on this side, this one is, it's called Cream Splash. So look at these leaves. This one's a little rough looking. The mother plant is a little rough looking. But again, I made propagations of her, so I may at some point, well, yeah, I will. I'm going to replace her. You can see all it is like one little stem in there. We want more than one little stem, so yeah. So that's those guys. And then here we have a peperomia. I think it's like peperomia beetle it's called. Well, the name will be on the screen. That's pretty. Isn't that pretty? Stunning little one. Pretty big plant. Again, another one that's kind of a wacky grower, and a really wacky grower. This is peperomia. Look at this. My husband says it looks like it's going into the ceiling. This is Kimnachii, peperomia Kimnachii. And look at these leaves, really cute. 3-leaf clusters. That one looks like a 4-leaf cluster. Yeah, that one's got 4 leaves. That's a beautiful plant. Highly recommend this one. Very easygoing plant, Kimnachii. Love it in that planter. And then here is a Anthurium vitarifolium. And I just got this one to give me some berries. And I hope I still have the photo. This plant has the prettiest berries. They're like hot pink, just gorgeous. Yeah, and those little ones, I got the seeds out of the berries and the little ones are sprouting now, which is exciting. So I will have those available. And this plant has never like looked really great. I don't know, just kind of, it's okay. But, and I'm not going to get rid of it, but I would like to see how the babies grow. Like how, if it grows a little more strappy. See how they're just kind of curly? Like the leaves are kind of curly, not super long. This one's kind of long. But anyway, Anthurium vitarifolium. And then over here is number 2 in, oh, there's Nora. Number 2 in our collection of neon green pothos. I will show you this leaf because I really do enjoy this leaf right here. See that? I love a neon pothos. It's just so bright and cheerful, brightens up a corner. All right, and then here is number 3, the third and final neon pothos in my collection. Do you hear that crow? What is going on? There's like crows hanging out for some reason. All right, so that is everything in this part of the house, and we will head to my bedroom. All right, so this is the bedroom. This is our bedroom, and this is all the plants. All the plants in this room are right here. So I'm keeping my blinds closed so that it's not, hopefully it won't be quite so terribly backlit. So this here is Tradescantia baby bunny bellies. Love this plant and its fuzzy little leaves. Wonderful. Doing great in this location. You can see it is kind of stretching for the windows, but just look how full and pretty that plant is. I enjoy that one immensely. And then here is a Queen of the Night cactus. I have 2 of these. This one is doing wonderfully. The other one is not doing quite so wonderfully, which you will see. But yeah, love this plant, Queen of the Night cactus. Here, it's one of my craziest growers this summer. This is a Thai pink lipstick plant. Do you see this? Yeah. Very, very big grower this year. I need to make more propagations of that one. Right next to that one, this is a Hoya carnosa compacta, and this is the variegated version. You can kind of see the variegation more on this strand right here. It's kind of faded a little bit on some of these other ones. a little bit. And yeah, this one has bloomed this year, also not currently blooming. And then over here, actually let's look over here first. So these are a bunch of succulents. Too many to go through individually, but we have some Haworthias. That's Haworthia. These are all Haworthias. This one is getting ready to bloom. And yeah, this is my cute planter collection here. My cute vintage planter collection. Look at this one. Oops. He's hiding behind some Thai pink lipstick plant. Super cute. And then this one is a cat and a deer and a bird and another cat and another bird and a pig. They're fun. My fun little collection. We have this Hawornia Polanzii, which just recently bloomed, and it's done blooming. Beautiful plant. And yeah, more Haworthia, more Haworthia, more Haworthia. I'll just let you kind of look. This one is called like Blue Bean or something like that. Similar to Burrow's Tail, growth-wise, delicate-wise. And I love this one. It's just a variegated succulent here. But love those guys. Here is another philodendron. I don't have too many philodendron in my collection, just a few. But this is the Florida Beauty. She has beautiful variegation on her. My only moss pole left, because I dislike them. But yeah, Florida Beauty. And then we'll start up here, the fourth neon green pothos in my collection. This is technically would be the mother plant. I made a kokedama out of her, and I chop her all the time. That's what made all the other three that you saw. Here is a string of hearts, variegated. And again, too many to go through. But more Haworthias, lots of succulents here, different types. We have lithops. And then down here. So that is my succulent collection here. So you saw most of my cacti. I don't think I have any cacti in this room. This is entirely succulents. And then here is a Hoya linearis, plant number 2. This is a propagation from my mother plant, which you will be seeing coming up next. Yeah, this is my second plant. I tend to propagate this one because it hits the floor here frequently, and I don't want to vacuum it up. So when I make new propagations, it's usually cutting from this plant. And then finally, over here, my second Sansevieria Moonlight. Moonlight? I can't remember. Yeah. And yeah, hello. Okay, we're gonna head out now and go to my office, our last stop, the office. All right, so we've made it to our final destination, and this is my office. So it's not a very big room. It's like the smallest bedroom in our house. So you can see we got grow lights here. No grow light in this lamp. It's just a regular lamp. Barely ever turn it on because it's just so bright in this room that I don't need to ever turn this on. Very rarely. Another grow light here, grow lights here, grow lights here, all over, filled with grow lights in this room. And I'll come back into this corner. So, all right, so we are going to start right here with my terrarium. And I have a whole video showing how I made this terrarium if you're interested. So we have begonias in there. We have Amphioxus here. Another begonia here. We have pinguiculas growing in here, doing really great in there. We have a Fittonia here, which I'll show you. I have another one of these, a big one of these. I'll tell you the name then. More pinguiculas here, more begonias here. You can see they're trying to pop out of the top here. I put the saran wrap up here just to kind of try and keep the humidity in there. And yeah, that is the terrarium. So here, a newer plant for me. This is a, what is this one? Thanksgiving? It's either Thanksgiving or, I think it's Thanksgiving. Variegated cactus. I think it's the Thanksgiving. I don't know. Again, it will be on the screen, but this one is doing pretty well for me, it seems. I have another African violet here. And then this is my crazy volobulus something or other that I got from Chris. And they look, I know they don't look good, right? But you can see they are still alive. Still green under there. They just are, she said they take time to settle in. So I am just leaving them be, letting them be. This here is a Hoya Carmelae, I think. Oh no, Hushkeliana yellow. This is a plant I need to get rid of. I need to, yeah. It's just kind of tired. Doesn't really grow in this. It doesn't like this planter. I have a much bigger plant of this in my grow tent. Here we have, these two are Discidias. This is Discidia albida, very long trailing. And then this one is the lanceolata. They look very similar from when I've read the differences in what the blooms look like on those, but pretty trailing Discidias. And then here is a Peperomia incana. Love the color of this leaf. Kind of a bluish gray color, very fuzzy. And yeah, doing great in this location, giving me her ugly flowers. I always think Peperomia flowers are just ugly. I don't like them. I just don't really care for them. All right, so we're gonna start. We're gonna go up here. Except unfortunately, I deal with this all the time. Nora loves my chair. She knows I'm talking about her. Hey. I can't get on the chair to get up there. So we're just gonna do it from down here. So this is my other Queen of the Night cactus that I said isn't doing quite as well. It was getting some browning on the leaves, so I chopped the leaves. It is putting out some new, looks like some new tiny little leaves off that stem, which is great. And yeah, I love the pot it's in. So that's coming back. It is getting better every day. Here is another Scindapsus. This is the Silver Hero. Scindapsus Silver Hero. Chopped it recently and it's, my goodness, I just chopped it recently and here is another long vine coming down. Okay, so way back in the corner here, this is a Hoya Cumingiana, this one. And then this one is the Hoya Qinghungensis. And then this one here is another Cumingiana. All right, so here we have some Caudex. Let me move this girl. Okay. This one here is Stephania erecta. Still has tons of blooms. I had to, not blooms, leaves. I had to recently chop it back because when I cleaned this whole shelving unit, there's a whole video showing it. I cut it back a ton and look, it's climbing again. it is climbing again. So Stephania erecta. Oh, Nora. I think she wants to leave. I'm going to let her out. Okay. Back to some caudex here. So this one is the Gerardanthus macarisis. And you can see it's growing way back there also. It's a vining plant. Oh, and here, I just chopped this one this year also, this summer. And it is attached itself here. So I need to do some more chopping on that one. So back here is the Dorstinia. That's Dorstinia fotida, which it gets flowers, and the flowers are so interesting. I'm going to pull this out so you can see these flowers. Okay, set this here. Gonna focus. Hang on. See those flowers? Apparently they'll drop seeds everywhere. Look at that from behind. So cool. Yeah, I'll put it back without knocking a bunch of stuff over. So that's a really cool caudex. And then this one is the Philobulus resurgens. This one here. Not my favorite. I don't know. It's okay. That one's okay. And then here, this is brand new. This is, I showed you guys this. I got it locally, and that's the Dioscorea elephantips. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But I just got this really pretty, let's see if I can pull it out without dropping it, because that would be devastating. Look how pretty this is. Okay, so this pot, I wanted to get a fancy pot. This one came from Mipa's Pots and Plants. It's my one and only Mipa's Pots and Plants planter. I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty. I love it. Okay, I'm going to carefully put that one back. Back here, this one is a Syningia leucotricha. Really cute. Not growing super fast for me, so we'll see what it does next year. Hopefully it will take off more. And then this one is the Albuca concordiana, which it does okay. It doesn't do great. So hopefully that one also will improve next year. And in the back there is a Scindapsus platinum. Very silvery leaves on that one. Another one I just chopped. I had to chop it back because it was to the floor. And then here we have a Discidia one stripe. And it's called one stripe because it has one stripe on the leaves. One stripe. Cute. And then this is Discidia hirsuta, which has the turtle shell looking leaves. And this one's pretty long. All right, and here we are to the next shelf. So this here is my entire Pinguicula collection, which, again, I'm not going to go through every single one of these because that would take forever and 7 days. It would take a long time. So I'm just going to show you what these guys are looking like. This one is, there's a little bit of green left right there, but I think that's dying off. So you can see they are covered in fungus gnats. They're eating well. This one here is empty. The Drosera that was in there died. And my new pitcher plant here, still doing pretty good, it looks like. That's new. And we potted this one up, I think, together recently. I'm feeling it, seeing if it needs water. Yes, it does need water. They can dry out, like pings can dry out a little bit, but not for too long. This one is still wet. So here, you can read the names on the little name tags. This one is still flowering here. I love the stripes on this one. You see? I don't know if it'll focus there. You see those stripes on those leaves? Isn't that gorgeous? That one is Pinguicula El Mirador. Love the stripes on the leaves. All right, so that is the Ping collection. And then down here is just a bunch of African violets, which are propagations, mostly propagations here. And then on this side, there are some, also these were propagations, but they have turned into full-blown plants. And then down here, we have succulents. These are haworthias. All these here are different types of haworthias, which I'll get in a little closer for you to see. Not sure if it's focusing. And this is really cute. I like this. This is an echeveria, and then these little cuties down here. So fun. And then that back there is a jade, a variegated jade, which is gorgeous. Look at that. Keep saying I need to take that out from this bottom shelf here. It doesn't get the I don't know. It needs to be showcased. It's just so pretty. It needs showcasing. All right, here we have, this is an anthurium. I think it's a luxurians radicans. It's okay. It's not my favorite. In ambient, I don't have many anthuriums in ambient. I have this one and then one other, which you're gonna see. But yeah, I might end up selling this plant. Not super crazy about it. And then here is a strawberry shake philodendron. It's got some pretty leaves down low, and it's a little pathetic up at the top. So this is another one that I might purge. Possibly, or maybe I'll just chop it back and start it over again. It's a pretty leaf, but yeah. Strawberry shake. So we're gonna look at these hanging ones now. So this is the Epipremnum pinnatum elbow. This is the one, I talked about it. I told you guys about this one. Yeah, that other one in the kitchen I think is nicer than this one. So I might swap it. Might swap them. So this here is Peperomia Hope. She is beautiful and she is long. You can see she's all the way down here. Love the leaves on this one. It has 3 leaves. Kind of like similar growing to the Kimnachii. Similar care also. Just easy for me. They're pretty easy plants. Do pretty well. So this is a northeast facing, an east-northeast facing window. The other one was this that we saw, or where was it? Oh, the other one was a east-southeast. So this is east-northeast. This one, no, east-northwest. East-northeast. The other one is east-southeast. So east windows seem to be good for peperomias, in my experience. This here is a Hoya petriculata. Had to think for a second. It's growing. That's new summer growth all the way up there to the ceiling almost. And it did flower for me from this peduncle this year. And it's all the way down here. Yeah. Petriculata. And this is a new addition here that I'm very excited about. This is the Hoya polynera. It is, and it's variegated. And it's not a new addition to my collection, but it is new to this location. So I've been wanting to bring one up into ambient conditions to see how it would do. So this is my test right here. This is my test plant. So we'll see how it does. If it does well, I might actually not put that other pinatum elbow here and actually put a silver polynera there. We'll see. But yeah, love that plant. And then here is my mother plant, linearis, which goes, is it touching the floor? Yes, it is touching the floor. But she's gorgeous. She's kind of hooked up and stuff. Does very well there. So this is another philodendron micans here. And then over here, hiding, this is another micans, but it's the black the velvet halo. Another one of those. That one's pretty long also. And then my other Anthurium this is Anthurium clarinervium, my other clarinervium in ambient. One of two. She does have gave me some flowers. And I have tried pollinating, so we'll see what happens. Not sure they're gonna do anything. Oh, here's another one coming out here. Another inflow. So I think this one, I don't think this one did anything. So I'll try again with this one, pollinating this one. We'll see what happens. And it's giving me two brand new, super cute twins here, new leaves. Gorgeous plant, love it. We have syngoniums here. This is a Three Kings. Beautiful patterning on that one. This is a lance leaf here. And let's see, we have the Lanocarty Road, which is going up. It's going up the pink trellis. Here she is. Lots of leaves up here. Beautiful, dark, almost black. Looks good, I think, against the pink trellis. And then a pink spot syngonium back there, which is getting pretty tall. And there's lance leaf going up, lining up the wall here. Aggressive growers. All right, so this is a Monstera deliciosa elbow, and it's new to the trellis. This is its newest leaf. It looks pretty good. Looks like it's got some really nice variegation on that one. Unfortunately, it is nearly to the ceiling, so I'm gonna need to chop this one, but that's okay. We'll just start over. This is a pink curls African violet. Love this one, so pretty. This is Frosted Heart syngonium. Another favorite, one of my favorite syngoniums. Beautiful coloration. And then this is another African violet. This one is called Genetic Blush. Love the leaf shape on this one. Very unique, very different from other violets in my collection. And this one is a prolific bloomer, constantly blooming. This is another variegated, I think this is the Christmas cactus. Not a whole lot of variegation on that one, which is why I picked up the other one in hopes that it would give me more variegation, and it is. The other one is doing so much better, so much more variegation. I know this one's Christmas, and I've heard it's a more difficult one. The other one is either Easter or Thanksgiving. I can't remember. And then this is a Cebu Blue Pothos. Really pretty, I think, in this pot. And then we have Monstera adansonii mint, variegated, doing really well. Also new to the pink trellis here. Growing. There's another new leaf up there, doing really well. So this one, the adansonii and the deliciosa, came to the trellis at the same time. And then moving over here, this long, very long, this is Hoya curtisii. Really pretty plant. And then another, this is a string of hearts, variegated. And also some silver glory. It's a combo pot. And then this is a philodendron lemon lime, heartleaf philodendron. Look at that, how pretty. And it's a little unruly. It is going up the ceiling. Interesting. And then this is just a ball jar filled with water, and it's got a bunch of Scindapsus in it. So this is Argyrius. There's some silver splash, another silver splash. These guys desperately need to be potted up. I don't know. I'm not in a rush. Look, it's climbing up there also. I'll probably never pot those up. So that is very full. Very, very full. And then this, I just showed you this cart. Told you all about this cart. This is filled with more African violets. And if you like this cart, I will link you to it, to where you can pick this cart up, and also a discount code with it, just in case you're interested. This is the K's Purple Hog African violet. And then this one is Rose Bouquet, which beautiful variegation on this plant. Unfortunately, it is giving me browning on the white parts. I don't know why. Maybe over fertilization, possibly. These blooms are pretty much done, but they have like little rose, they're like a rose shape to them. Really pretty. And then here, more, these are propagations I made. This is VAT Star Racer, which has really pretty pink speckles in the flower. And then down here is more pink curls, except these guys are white. They haven't, I think they need lower light to get the pink. And then this one, I'm not sure the name on this one. It might be King of Peas, but I'm not positive. Isn't that pretty? All these I made. All these started with one leaf. Believe it or not, all of these. Except that one. That one I bought. But all of these, one leaf, which is pretty cool. All right, I think, is that it? No. We have a whole cabinet here to go through. So this cabinet is filled with begonias. This is my begonia cabinet. The rest of my begonias are in the grow tents. All right, so we'll start here. This is begonia snow-capped variegated. How beautiful that is. Doing really well in here. This here is begonia brevimosa. Gorgeous hot pink. I chopped this one back because it got too big in here, so I had to chop it back. So this is all new growth coming back for me. This here is the begonia white ice. Really pretty polka dot patterning on this one. Pretty big also. And then this is the Kiningiana. Gorgeous. I love the flowers on this one. They're kind of a peach colored. So pretty. And also looks like a turtle shell. Let's see. This here is Steve's Leaves Paradox or Paradoxa. I had to chop this one also because it was just very unruly. Really giant, big, pillowy leaves on this one. And then this here is Begonia listata. Love that neon green stripe in this pattern here. And then this is, what is this one? I think it's, yeah, Begonia Maurice, which used to be much bigger, but I also had to chop that one because it just outgrew, it was outgrowing the cabinet. I have to do that a lot, chop these things back because they outgrow the space. This is Begonia paulensis. Beautiful plant. Wish I had, I don't know, I should try this one in ambient maybe, see how it does. But even in ambient, I don't know where I would put it. I don't know. So I just kind of procrastinate and don't do anything. I just leave it. So those are my begonias up here on the main level, the main floor. And like I said, the rest are in my grow tent. Just a few more to look at. So this is a Haworthia, variegated zebra Haworthia. Does well in that spot. And then this is the Fittonia franki, which we looked at. I showed you it in the terrarium, and I said I had another full plant of it. Well, this is my other full plant of it. Doing really well in ambient condition, which really surprised me. It's a beautiful pink. If you love a pink plant, highly recommend the Fittonia franki. And then last but not least, these two, both Haworthias or types of Haworthias. So we have this zebra here, Haworthia zebra. And then this one is Haworthiana black, I think it's called. I don't think it's technically a Haworthia, but it has Haworthia in the name, Haworthiana. Do you see my sunflowers out there? Well, you can see my neighbor's sunflowers. It's like a sunflower jungle outside. Look at this. Let me just show you how beautiful. And there's the butterfly garden and a little moth flying around. This morning there was a goldfinch on one of these sunflowers and it was just so perfect. And I tried to take a picture and it flew off, unfortunately. All right, so I think, pretty sure we saw everything. Well, there is one thing I didn't point out, which I realized when I sat down in this chair. And back here, there is a little terrarium, glass tall, apothecary type tall terrarium thing filled with Begonia amphioxus. However, you saw Begonia amphioxus in my terrarium, like my fish tank terrarium, so that's okay. You still saw Begonia amphioxus. I just didn't like highlight that one there. So yeah, I think that's everything. Well, that's everything in the upstairs of the house. So like, don't be fooled. Like, this is probably maybe 60% of my plant collection. Please don't think I'm crazy. I have two 8 by 8 by 8 foot grow tents in the basement filled with tons of, like, that's where the majority of my Hoyas live. Tons of Hoyas in there, hundreds of Hoyas in there. Plus, in my other grow tent, it's filled with anthuriums, so many different types of anthuriums. You saw the two I have in ambient conditions here. There's so many more in my grow tent. And begonias, all of my begonias except for what you saw in this cabinet here, they're in the grow tents, or in the grow tent. And some interesting plants like Piper crocatum, vining plants, Passiflora trifasciata, and what else? Other pipers, alocasia. I have my giant variegated alocasia Friedeck in the grow tent. So there's like so many more plants in my collection, but they're in the grow tent. So I do separate grow tent tours. So we'll do that sometime. Maybe we'll do that in the fall, maybe in the winter. I will show you guys those. But yeah, that's what you saw in this video today is everything in my collection in the upstairs of my house. So I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for sticking with me. This is probably a really long video. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, checking out all my plants with me, and yep, I will see you guys hopefully in the next video. Bye.